Elias, if you can tell me about the recent EPLAN training that you've been doing, just give me a little overview of it first of all.
Right, so the EPLAN training that I was on, it's called the EPLAN Certified Engineer course. So it's a 6 month long course. It was meant to be done in person, so we'd be traveling down to EPLAN headquarters down in England, but due to the planning side, some of it was done remotely. But anyway, so it goes through various advanced kind of topics and concepts about using EPLAN and how to kind of maximize the benefit of it to a business. So that was the course I was on and managed to get my certification in the end.
Can you
Yeah.
just tell me the slight challenges there? Obviously, you mentioned it's meant to be in person, but you've done a lot of it remotely.
Well, the challenge is actually ended up turning into strength. So the course initially was meant to be done in person, as I said. So a lot of people would gather at the EPLAN headquarters. But obviously, with the start of COVID-19, they moved it into a remote kind of course, which was done online. So we're using WebEx, and they had set up kind of remote machines that we could access, which had the software and all the training materials involved. And in a way, I felt it actually became a bit more collaborative. So I think when we were kind of in a room, it was a bit difficult for the people kind of delivering the course to understand everyone's requirements and where they are, what they need. But with this online environment, we managed to the communication was a lot better because you could send messages to the whole group, you could send messages directly to specific people or directly to the course invigilators, and also you could, there's a lot of digital tools available, so you could tell them to slow down if they're speaking too fast. You could raise your hands, you could do a lot of things. So and also this was all saving time and money in terms of traveling down and getting a hotel and other inconveniences involved in that kind of in-person aspect of it. And in the end, I think the course quality didn't really reduce. So we managed to get all the information, the content, and yeah, everything else was delivered perfectly. My role in DPS, I said I was an electrical engineer, but actually I'm doing kind of a dual role. So I'm an electrical engineer, but also I've got another role as an innovation engineer. So the motivation for doing this course was just to understand the full capabilities of the software in terms of how can you apply it to have a more cutting edge kind of a process within the company. So there's the course itself, after doing it, after doing the basic course, obviously it teaches you just a core understanding, and you think you can just get by with that. You could do a lot of things with that. But doing the advanced course, what it adds on top of that is a whole other world of EPLAN, where there's some buttons or features or some processes that might not be very they're not very clear if you don't understand what you're doing. So this course, it just brought all that together, explained everything, just showed you the full capabilities of the software, and we went through some examples of how to apply that. And even now, after a few months after doing the course, I'm actually starting to use some of the capabilities, and I'm working with some people who've used the software for much longer than me, and they know how to use it on a day-to-day level. But some of these advanced features, they haven't actually heard of them because they kind of get in the way, and it's I think you really need a course to explain how everything comes together into a more cohesive system. So from my end, I think it's just improved my productivity, and it's just improved also the possibilities. So now when there's a problem, I feel like I have more solutions in terms of how to approach it, how to attack it, and how to solve it in a way that we can build on our processes and kind of automate a lot of aspects.
Can you just tell me a little bit about the sort of innovation at DPS Group and your involvement in that as well, and how beneficial you think that is for the client?
So, of course, I think everyone's been affected by this lockdown situation, and the main disadvantage is that you can't have people in the office kind of doing normal day-to-day tasks. So there could be some commissioning tasks, some build tasks. So we still have people in our workshop kind of doing these tasks, but there's not as much support. So sometimes an engineer would be available to kind of be there for any questions that someone who's building something might have, or anything of that sort. So how we've used my side of things has been on the EPLAN side. So how we've used it is, so there's one feature of EPLAN called eView, which basically you can have a drawing set and you can have this in the cloud. And what this means is that anyone anywhere can access this. And the additional benefit of that is that people can leave comments on certain aspects of the drawings. So in terms of checking drawings, approving drawings, kind of getting red line markups, and any other collaboration involved with that documentation, we do that in a seamless way, but people are located in different places. So most of the design team are based at home. And then of course you've got the building, the build technicians and installation technicians and other people, but we're all working from the same kind of documentation. Comments are coming in from different angles, but we're all looking at the same. So nothing's getting missed out, and the benefit to the customer is that there's an increase in quality because we're not missing out on any details. And yeah, there's just other benefits that we've been implementing on using EPLAN remotely. So on the design side, we had everything kind of set up to work in office. So we had an on-premises kind of set up for everything that we did. But obviously with the pandemic, we adapted quickly and implemented a few cloud technologies so people could work effectively from home or remotely or wherever they need to work from. So that's how we're kind of bringing in these modern technologies and making them work for us. It's described as an EPLAN certified engineer, but it doesn't just cover that. So it goes into kind of national and international standards. So it takes you through other associated skills in terms of using EPLAN and just better design, which aren't EPLAN specific. So these are transferable skills that can be used for any sort of designing aspect, and I found that really useful. So the training itself makes you a better EPLAN user, but there are also kind of lessons in there that make you a better engineer overall.